Hello YouTube. Well, I got my TV. A TV that actually works, as opposed to the last one that I bought. It is an Apex, a really cheap TV. It's an Apex 19-inch TV. .60 Hz TV, 720p, has two HDMI inputs, and a dynamic contrast of 70,000 to 1. Apparently it's perfect for gaming, which is not going to be the primary use of it, but I certainly will be using it for that. I'm getting ozone in my face. It smells disgusting. Here's the thing about Amazon. They don't know how to close a box. They didn't tape this shut. So, someone could have come in here and tampered with the thing. And then I, wouldn't have even known it. Luckily, it's actually in the box still. Here's the accessories that go with it, which appear to be something I have to rip the tape off of and open the bag. N-top batteries. N-top. Wonder how long these batteries would last. Probably 2 seconds. Derp. We have a remote here in bubble wrap. At least they bubble wrapped the remote. They didn't on the other TV I had. Here's the remote for the TV. Go away, bubble wrap. Pretty nice. And of course it takes 2 AAA batteries, just like that. And the TV takes a power brick. Really? Takes a power brick? That's kind of stupid. Why don't they just use a brick on a leash? These things suck. They should use brick on a leash. That's a DC in on the TV, which is nice because you can power it off of many different things with DC voltage. So let me get the TV out and we'll take a look at it. Came with these foam blocks here, which are pretty nice. This is like pliable foam, except that it doesn't stay that way, so this is just a bunch of crap to unwrap. And here's the TV. I took off the sticker around the bezel. Here's one thing I thought was stupid. They put what appears to be a sticker on the panel itself. Why? Why on earth would you do that? What a stupid idea that is. So now I gotta figure out a way to peel this off. Hey Apex, don't put stickers on the panel. That's an incredibly stupid idea. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves for even touching the panel. There's like fingerprints or something on it out of the box, so somebody had nasty hands when they were assembling this, so I got to clean that off out of the box. That's not the most promising thing in the world. But once it's cleaned up, it might be fine. Apex, a 19-inch LED TV. It's 24 watts. Made in China. What do you expect? It's 2012. Everything's going to be made in China. Alright. Alright, here we have DC in, the service port, which are now USB. HDMI. VGA with audio. Component. RF and a headphone jack. And on the side you get SPDIF audio, composite AV in, and another HDMI port. I wonder why they didn't just put 2 HDMIs down there. That seems like an odd way to do it, but that's alright. It's VESA mountable, judging by these screws here. So that's pretty cool. You could put it on the wall if you needed to. Now you might be asking me, why didn't I get like a nice big Toshiba? Because I don't need a TV that big, and frankly, I don't want to spend a whole lot of money on a TV. They cost way too much already, and this is cheap and a lot better than Kobe or Dynex, so I chose this one because these things seem to work. So I shall stick the stand on and we'll be good to go. One thing I liked this over the Dynex TV I had before for like a day was that is that this has a matte screen instead of a glossy one. Glossy screens just piss me off because it's reflections galore, and that sucks. That just sucks. Luckily, this is a matte screen, so it doesn't suck. As you can see, the reflections aren't as reflecty. So, what I'll do is go put this where it's supposed to go, and we'll take a look at it and discuss it. One thing I did get were these HDMI cables from Amazon. These are $1.61 each, at least when I got one. I got 2 of them for about $3. And this is better than paying $30 at, let's say, Radio Shack for an HDMI cable, because it's a cable. They're not worth much at all. So I decided to go on Amazon and get one of these instead, because saving $30 is nice. So I'm going to use one of these to connect the HT PC here. I have my Celeron set up in there. I have a Gigabyte G41 MES2L board in there with a dual-core Celeron and an NVIDIA GeForce 210 in there, simply just so I can use an HDMI out for the TV. So that should be pretty nice. And that's the first thing I'm going to test. Well, I guess we could test TV first if you really wanted me to, but TV gets pretty bad reception in here. We could just see how good the tuner is. I'll tell you what, having that antenna connector on the bottom is really annoying. I wish it was on the side, around here, like it was on the Dynex TV I had. So I connected up this Radio Shack antenna here. It should be pointing that way instead of inching its way the wrong direction. So let's turn on the TV and see if it has a nasty tuner like the Dynex TV did. Home or retail mode? Oh my god, that's funny. I gotta go turn the remote. I gotta go put batteries in the remote. Alright. So, home mode, obviously. Select antenna type and perform auto scan from the TV menu. Okay. Okay, it does have the same sort of tuner as the other one does. This is one where it actually has to auto scan. It can't just, scan through analog by analog means. You can actually choose the cable system though, which is really nice. That's kind of handy. You can choose between auto, standard, IRC, HRC, auto. That's interesting. So let's go back to cable and choose air. See how good the tuner is so we can pick this up. Well, I'm actually getting good reception. I'm surprised. TV looks great too. I'm getting it in HD and everything.
The pain got really intense all of a sudden.
So this is channel 3.
The next thing I remember was 4 days later. I was extremely close to being dead.
Alright, let's see if it gets other channels in good reception. CBS Plus.
Let's make it an all-nighter. Citadel, banking with one focus. You. On rules of engagement.
It looks a little pixelated, but not too bad. I'm actually getting great reception out of this tuner. It's better than the TV tuner card that's in my computer there. Look at this. It's water polo. What else is on here? Non-stop. Oh, God. Channel 10 too.
It's just a simple, easy way to live.
Call now for your free brochure.
Boring. WPHL. There's some pretty good shows on here sometimes. This channel doesn't get the greatest reception. This is what sucks about digital television. This kind of crap. In the words of Retro Chad, it's either there or it isn't, as far as the signal goes. I mean, this is inexcusable. This is why analog TV was better. Even if the signal sucked, you could still kind of tell what you were watching. This can't even really hear it that well. Antenna. It literally just says antenna for the channel.
So we can all vote.
All right, this TV. What is this?
Or just
Okay, that's terrible. Tango. Why is every channel in the upper range just bad? Yeah, there's a good signal. I think this is Fox. I'm not sure.
driving school for whatever reason. You have another choice.
See what else we can get. WTVE. That's like a good signal. So for weaker signals, I clearly need something like a roof antenna for it to work well. I got color bars, so you can see how the TV looks as far as colors go. Soul of the South, whatever that is. WPSG 57.1. Gonna pick up anything? Doesn't seem like it. And we loop back around.
Energy. And what this does, it softens the clot, it conditions the clot. It's porous now because of the ultrasonic energy. And this will allow
It has the same sort of menu system that the Dynex TV had. I'm gonna go to
This is the kind of technology
I'm gonna go to
truly do.
work, you dumb remote. I'm gonna go to component, so I'm gonna test that out with the PlayStation 2 down here to make sure that works. So let me hook up the PS2 and we'll give that a try. Alright, I have the PS2 hooked up, so let's see if it works on this TV. Let's see if the component works, because it didn't on the last TV I had. 480i 60 Hz. Yep, works fine. Yep, works absolutely fine. Although I should probably change the settings so it's at the proper resolution. Screen size is full. There you have it. Well, component works. Now the question is, does HDMI? Component looked a little bit fuzzy with a little bit of analog artifacting, but we'll find out here in a second. Let's turn the computer on. Yep, it's working. Looks a lot better than the Dynex TV did too. Alright, this is looking good. My hand could stay steady. Looks a tad fuzzy, but still so much better than the Dynex TV. That's not that bad. Why is Arrow off anyway? There we go. That's better. Yeah, that looks a lot better than the Dynex TV did. Dynex TV was all just not sharp at all. This actually has some sharpness to it. So, it's much, much better. And there we go. This will be nice to watch things like Netflix on. I'll show you the screen resolution. It's 1360 by 768, which in all reality is 1366 by 768. But hey, there you go. This thing also has a VGA in, which I'm going to use for this computer down here, which is for transferring a VHS, 8mm tape, and records. So it's my transfer machine for both video and audio, so that's, it's going to be used for that as well. I also have a special VGA cable for that, which should be pretty cool to use. Also from Amazon, I got this VGA cable that has audio alongside it. So that's going to be pretty handy to use for that machine over there. But most of the time, it's probably going to be used for Netflix. I have Windows 7 installed on here, so I can just go down to Windows. So I can just go down to Opera here. An Opera set for the. Oh, there's an update. All right. Whatever. An Opera is set to the Netflix as its home page, so I can just go there and watch whatever I was watching. So that should be pretty nice. The things I like about this TV so far is that it has a matte screen. Instant achievement. I wonder if I get points for that. There's there's Netflix. Things I like about this TV so far, it actually works. It has 2 HDMIs, which I was looking for. It has the VGA and the audio, which is what I was looking for as well. The one thing that there are a couple things I don't like though. You can't. What sucks is the stand. You can't really swivel. You can't adjust it up and down. It just kind of stays the way it is. So you're kind of screwed in that aspect. But the viewing angle of this TV is fantastic, so you don't have to worry about that. Another thing that's pretty nice about it is the tuner. The tuner is very good compared with the card that's both in this machine and in the Dynex TV I had before that I never made a video on. So I can actually watch a little bit of TV up here, not on the weaker signals, but on the stronger signals I can, which is it's not bad, not bad at all. Another thing I do like about it is I can have a bunch of inputs. That's why I didn't go with a monitor, so I could have multiple inputs. So I got 2 HDMIs, so I can use this computer, and I can use the VGA for this computer, and with another HDMI I could use either a third computer, or let's say a Blu-ray player or something like that. You know, I have a ton of inputs at my disposal. And I have this switch box down here for composite stuff. Although A is for the audio for a component in. For the components, so I can use it that way. So, all in all, so far I'm pretty happy with this TV. It seems to do what it says on the tin, so to speak. So, I should probably shut this machine off since I'm not going to be using it. The speakers aren't that great in this particular TV. They're pretty tinny and don't have much bass. So I turned the bass all the way up in the settings, and that made it a little bit better, but they get loud enough for you to hear it, so I'm not really too concerned about it. Let me shut the TV off here. And it doesn't have a standby indicator LED, so there's no red light on all the time, which is kind of nice. It should do pretty well as a TV. This was $100, by the way, so you're looking at something like this for $100. It's much better than the Dynex TV that I got before. This is just so much better. And you guys may have remembered I used to have a CRT down there where this stereo rack is now. That CRT was having problems. The flyback was going out in it, and it wasn't really worth getting a new one. I mean, it's not worth it when you can just go into Goodwill and buy another one for $8 and then find out that it doesn't work either. So I just decided to plop down the money for one of these and just be done with it, because this thing should last a couple years at least. I don't know how long it'll last. If anything goes wrong, hopefully it's just capacitors, because that's very fixable, whereas inverter boards and other things are just a pain in the ass to fix and could just go bad again. So, there you have it. Not a bad TV. It's a cheap one, so you get what you pay for. But what you pay for is pretty good. So, Apex is a step above Kobe and Dynex and Insignia. So, it's better than that, but it's not the greatest. So, just know what you're getting before you buy it. And there you go. Alright. I just want to see how Netflix looks on here. This is Viacom content, though, so I can't play much of it. It's a bit of Rocko's Modern Life that I was watching the other day. was the Silverlight player here. See if I can full screen it. See how well something like this looks. Come on. This is primarily how I watch internet content.
And I'm punching him, and I'm punching him, punching him, punching him. And I says, what do you mean I didn't give you the right change?
Anyway, actually, it doesn't look bad. It looks pretty pixelated just because of the quality of the content itself, but all in all, it looks good. From a distance, that would look great. And I'm primarily going to be sitting in my comfy, cushy computer chair there, watching videos over here. So, I'm cool with that. Thing I don't like about these modern TVs is that the tuner doesn't just work out of the box. You have to auto scan for it to do anything, which I think is just annoying as hell, especially if you plan to use a TV like this for, let's say, old video game systems. You can't just set it to analog and have analog just tune freely. You have to have it auto scan, which is a total pain for me. So if you're going to do vintage gaming that involves RF, save yourself the trouble and go get something like go get a CRT set, because they're just so much better for that anyway. And that's what I plan to do eventually. I don't have my vintage gaming systems here anymore. I'm probably going to move. That'll probably be a project for when I move out of this place, but eventually I'm going to have a vintage gaming spot with like a Windows 98 machine and a bunch of old consoles and stuff like that. Eventually that's what's going to happen, but I don't know how. I don't think I'm going to be able to make that happen now, living where I am now, so I don't know. This TV should do well enough. This is going to be used mostly for Netflix, so it should be good enough. And there you have it. This was an Apex 19-inch TV. Let me see if I can get the model number for you. Model LE1912. There you go. Make no mistake, this thing is cheap, but it seems to be pretty good for what you get. So I'm happy with it. We make a pretty good, just little TV for the side of the room here. And there you have it. Have a good one, everybody. Ciao.